What's good, y'all? GVO Juju back with another video for you. Make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. You feel me? Help this channel grow so it can reach the people it needs to. If you have any video suggestions, leave them in the comments below. And if you have anything you want to hit me up about, personal questions, etc., add my socials. I'll leave them all in the description. You feel me? But if you really want to get in contact with me, add my IG because that's where I be on the most. So the video I want to talk to y'all today about is something that a lot of people struggle with, right? And personally, I used to really have like bad anxiety. So the topic I'm gonna bring y'all today about is anxiety, what it is and how to control it. You feel me? So what is anxiety? This is truly all anxiety is. We don't need all that fucking high definitional medical WebMD bullshit. This is where anxiety stems from. Anxiety stems from wanting to control something that is out of your control. You feel me? Let me explain. Anxiety comes when you have a fear about an outcome or a situation that you don't have control over. So let's say social anxiety, right? A lot of people have social anxiety because they are scared to talk out of fear of what another person may think. And that is an uncontrollable outcome because you can't control what other people think of you. You feel me? So that is where anxiety stems from. It comes from when you have a desire, a strong desire to want to change something that is out of your control. It comes from when people fear certain things that isn't even real. Because realize that fear means false evidence appearing real. So a lot of people have anxiety when it comes from fearing something that may occur or may not occur. You feel me? So what I want to talk to y'all today about is how to control it and really how to just outgrow it. So the way to get over anxiety, the way I got over my anxiety is realizing that you can only control your own perception of yourself. You feel me? Because anxiety really stems from a lot of people's self-image, a lot of people's beliefs about themselves that they aren't worthy of whatever they have anxiety about, right? Or stems from their own belief of I can't do this, or I can, or only people think of me like this. You feel me? It comes from certain self-limiting beliefs that we have instilled in ourselves. So the way I got over my anxiety was this. I realized that I can only control what I feel about myself internally. I can only control this right here. I can control what's in here. I can control what I do and think internally. Realize that your external reality is only a mirror of your internal reality, right? So when it comes to anxiety, you have to detach yourself from them beliefs, from those thoughts that you may be anxious about, right? Realize that this is not serving me to where I want to be anymore. Realize that this is not something that is true about myself. Because a lot of the beliefs we have about ourselves, when we really just sit back and look at it, it makes no fucking sense, right? We have a fear of what other people think of us because we all have this internal want and desire to be accepted, right? So when you realize that the only opinion of me that shapes me is the one I have of myself, realize that other people will think something of you based on how they think of themselves. So if somebody is on a low vibration, they hate themselves, that is what they're going to think of you. They only have that to externalize because that's all that's in their internal reality. So realize that I can't control what he or she thinks about me. I can't control what they believe about me. I can only control the belief I have about myself. So start to take back your power from them external sources or beliefs or people that you may be giving your own power to. You feel me? And when it comes to anxiety, realize this too. A lot of us are anxious on a daily basis over things that happened in our past. You feel me? A lot of us are holding on to past thoughts, holding on to past beliefs, and rather than taking the lesson and the positivity from those lessons and past moments that we may have, we've started to identify ourselves with those past moments. So realize this: the past is out of our control now. The past is something that we cannot control anymore. A lot of us, rather than living in the present, which is the only true moment, a lot of us, rather than living in the present moment, we are so caught up in past thoughts, past events that we may have had a strong emotional connection to. We are so caught up in them that we are not even here anymore. Or vice versa. We are so caught up in the future, we are not even in the present anymore. So when it comes to anxiety, really start to put yourself in the present. Realize that your past self was doing the best it could be. And now you are at a place now where you are doing better. Now you have knowledge to where that will never happen again. And because of those past lessons, now you are at a place where I'm never going to have to do that again. Stop identifying yourself with the past and change that belief. Change your own self-image of yourself and start to say, you know what, that's not going to happen to me again. I'm going to, rather than identify and take those past moments and think that's who I am now, rather than letting my past control me, I'm going to make myself a new person right now. So start to do things now rather than focusing so much on what happened back then. Start to do things now to start changing that own self-image of yourself. You feel me? And when it comes to really, really thinking about our future a lot, because a lot of us are thinking of situations or events that may happen in our future that we cannot control. So realize that all your future is a sum of your current events. All your future is a sum of your current events. And all your current events, all your current self is a sum of your past events. And when you realize that if I want to change my future, I have to change my now. If I want to really, really detach myself from the past, I have to change my now. Realize that all comes down to the now. So when it comes to anxiety, start to present yourself more. Start to do things like meditation. Start to do things that make you feel like you're in the present moment. And because when you realize you're in the present moment, rather than trying to control all these outcomes that you may have that make you anxious, or these thoughts that make you anxious, when you realize that all there is the now, you're able to think more clearly. You're able to create the reality you want because now you are detaching yourself from all outcome. And when you detach yourself from all outcome, that is when you are in your higher power. That is when you realize all there is right now is gratitude and love, because that's all there is. In reality, all the emotions, all these stressful emotions, all this bullshit that we have implanted in our minds that we feel, all there is in the now is love. All there is now is emotions of, damn, nigga, I'm alive right now. Start to realize that. Start to, rather than identify yourself with the past or focus on your future or all these outcomes that you can't control, realize that you are alive. And because you are alive, you have the ability to change yourself into who you want to be. So when you have those feelings of gratitude, you're moving out of that anxious energy that you carry. You are now moving into a vibration to where you are able to really change your life, because now you're only able to change your life, right? This is something I learned. Once you realize how beautiful it is to have a life, you're able to change it. That's the first step you got to do. You have to realize how beautiful it is to have a life, to be able to move, to be able to think, to be able to see all these beautiful things that we are blessed with on a daily basis. You have to realize that those things allow me to change my future. So rather than thinking about all that bullshit I went through or all this shit that may happen, when I'm here now, nigga, I own this shit. You feel me? I am that nigga. I am able to do what I want to do. I have the ability to do what I want to do. You have to instill that belief into yourself, because a lot of us on a daily basis are telling us that we aren't worth it. A lot of us are telling us our a lot of us are telling ourselves a story that we don't deserve this. We aren't this. We can't do this. We're doing that on a daily basis because we don't have that feeling. We've disconnected from that feeling of gratitude and love. You feel me? So if you really want to stop being anxious, start to present yourself. And when you present yourself, you realize how beautiful everything around you is. You start to realize how beautiful life is. And that is when you're able to move in the vibration of love. Like I just said, to be able to start to change your life, you have to be grateful that you have one. You feel me? And that is how you step out of your anxiety. That is how you kill those emotions. You have to be grateful for every single thing that is happening to you. You start to have to be grateful for everything that's around you. Because when you are in gratitude, when you're in that vibration of I have rather than I want or need, that is when everything you want starts to come to you. Because when you are grateful and you are present, you realize that you have everything you need already. And that is when the universe gives it to you. That is when all these thoughts, all these moments that our past have accumulated, and all these energies that we have accumulated from our past, that is when you are able to detach from them and really start to create the life you want. That is when you start to step into your godliness. That is when you start to step into your divine. You feel me? So, like I just said, man, to get rid of that anxiety, to get rid of all that bullshit that we may believe about ourselves, you have to be present. You have to release control of outcomes that we can't control. And to do that, you have to understand that when I'm in the present, when I'm able to think and I'm able to be here rather than attach and associate myself with that past, you have to start to change that self-image of yourself. You have to start saying things like, I can do this. I am worthy of that. I am worthy of all the blessings the universe has to give me. When you start to say that and when you start to act on that rather than what your past accumulated maybe, rather than focusing on the future, rather than focusing on other people's opinions, you have to start to step into your own light. You feel me? Because a lot of us are anxious. A lot of us just want to be accepted by others and realize that most people are programmed into thinking a certain way. And a lot of people don't know the truth that we are all individuals that have our own beliefs, have our own thought processes. We are not meant to be another brick in the wall. We are meant to be unique. We are meant to be an individual. We are meant to go through things that are individual to everybody else. So when you start to realize that, you stop connecting yourself to outcome. You start to realize that when I'm here, when I am doing what I truly feel like I want to do, that is when all the blessings come to me. Because now you are acting as if you already have everything you want. And that is when the universe starts to give you all the shit that you want. You feel me? That is when you are able to change your life. That is when you are able to, rather than feel anxious about shit, you're able to actually do it. You're able to actually go because you realize that my perception of myself is stronger than anybody else's perception of me. And that is when you stop being anxious. So start to do practices like meditation. Start to do things that make you happy. Start to present yourself. That is how you get rid of anxiety. Start to be in the present because the present moment is all you can control. That is the only thing you're able to control. You are not able to control your past. That happened already. You're not able to control the future because all the future is a sum of your present moments. You feel me? Realize that all your actions now is what makes your future. So start to act as if you are your future self rather than acting like your past self. Rather than associating your image with all your failures, start to associate your images with all the positivity you have. Start to associate your image with all the things that you have in your life right now. That is how you get out of anxiety. You feel me? So that's really all I got for y'all today, man. I love y'all so much. You are going to get through whatever you're going through. Whatever it is, you are strong enough. You are able to get through it. You feel me? I love y'all. GVO Juju signing out.